Hello, everybody. We are sitting on now standing at concept 05, concept 5. The concept 5 is if x is equal to y%, then find the desired results. So y% of the total value is equal to x. Then we can come down to a conclusion by removing the percentage sign that y upon 100 is equal to multiplied by total value is equal to x. And then the total value is equal to, I'm just moving y from here to the other side. If you see very clearly, y comes in the denominator, 100 moves to the numerator. So this is one very simple result which you should remember, which you may remember if at all required. But it's more important to solve the questions which come out of this. Okay, so I'll be quickly moving to the question. The question says a number x is 60% of what the average of 20, 28, and 36 is. What is the value of the number x? Okay, firstly, it's a twofold question. First, I need to focus on the average, and then I need to apply a percentage operation on average, percentage operation on the average. So just see how I move about things. 20, 28, and 36. Okay, what I would expect students who are a little average to do is they add all the three numbers and then divide them by 3. Okay, I am adding all of them, then the next set of the work that needs to be done is divided by 3. But I have a better way to find out averages. Okay, I have to assume one number out of the 3 to be the average. Okay, and usually the number that is considered to be the average should be the middle number, not the highest number or neither the lowest number, neither the highest number nor the lowest number. Okay, so always take the middle number to be the average, and then you have to work on that. Okay, if I assume that 28 is the average, from moving from 28 to 20, I am having a loss of minus 8. Okay, because if I'm assuming that the average is 28 and I have a friend who's just 20, so he's pulling away my powers. And by how much is he pulling away my powers? He's the value with which he's pulling away my power is minus 8. What about 36? The difference between 28 and 36 is again 8, but he is giving me power, but he's giving me more intensity. And by how much is that? That is by 8. So the addition of plus 8 and minus 8 gives me a net result of 0. The effective result is 0. If at all this effective result comes out to be 0, that means that which we assumed, the average which we assumed was correct, and 28 is the final average of these three numbers. I'll try to explain it one more time. Okay, I have three numbers with me: 20, 28, and 36. I have to assume, according to my method, I have to assume one number to be the average. Let's say I assume 20 to be the average over here. Okay, it will be easier for you to understand this. How big is 28 from 20? It says plus 8. How big is 36 from 20? It says plus 16. So if I add 8 plus 16, it comes out to be plus 24. My assumption was 20, but there is an excess of 24. If 20 is bearing the load, if 20 is bearing the load of all the three numbers, then plus 24 would also be the should also bear the load of all the three numbers. If I have assumed 20 to bear the load of all the three numbers, I have to apply the same logic to 24 as well. To apply the same logic to 24, what I would do is I would have to divide 24 by 3, because it is supposed to bear the load of all the three, or like the three other students or the three other partners. So 20 plus 24 upon 3. 24 upon 3 is 3 ones are 3, 8s are 24. So the answer comes out to be 28. The answer in both the cases is the same. The answer in both the cases is the same, 28 and 28. So, moving on, it says a number x is 60% of the average. 60% of the average. What is the value of the number x? Okay, 60% of the average. Average is 28. That is equal to x. I'm going to apply a quick principle of 3 by 5 multiplied by 28. Then I would multiply 3 with 28. 3 eights are 24. 3 twos are 6, 7, 8. 84 upon 5 is the answer. Now, instead of dividing it by 5, what I would do is I would multiply the numerator as well as the denominator by 2, because this would create a proper number, the proper number having a 0 in the end, that is 10. And by with the help of 10, I would reduce it to a decimal quantity. So you can quicken your results with the help of this. I'm multiplying by 2 above and 2 below just to reduce my calculation of the division. People are afraid of subtraction as well as division. So, in this way, I'm reducing that overhead and I'm helping you and I'm asking you to multiply instead of divide. So, 2 fours are 8 and 2 eights are 16, and point should come here. Okay, I hope you've understood this calculation. This was a little tricky, but not at all complex. Okay, coming down to the next question. Now, this is an interesting question. It's going to take up a good chunk of time, maybe even 10 minutes. So, I want you to hold on to your seat and solve this question with me. Okay, it says the price of petrol shot up by 5%. Before the hike, the price was 82 rupees per liter. A man travels 3045 kilometers every month and his car gives a mileage of 15 kilometers per liter. What is the increase in the monthly expenditure nearest to the rupee on the man's travel due to the hike in petrol prices? Okay. I'll tell you what, this is a multifold question. The first thing that we need to find out is what are the total miles that he travels. When I talk about miles, I'm not particularly talking about the unit of miles per second or miles per hour. I'm talking about the total distance or the total number of times he has to refill the petrol. The total miles divided by the mileage would give me the petrol. The petrol in liters. The petrol in liters, which the guy uses to travel every month. Okay. The total miles that we have is 3045. Now, dividing it by 15, which is the mileage, this comes out to be 203 liters. Okay, 15 twos are 30, 15 threes are 45. 203 is the total petrol that he consumes every month. Now, the answer is required in rupees, and I'm still sitting on liters. This means that I'm still one step behind of what needs to be done. The second step, what I'm supposed to do is I need to multiply 20 with 82. Why 82? 82 is the price of petrol per liter which he has to pay. If I have to find out of what quantity I'm supposed to get, or what is the amount of money that I need to pay every month, so I'll have to multiply 203 with 82. Okay, this is the monthly expense or the monthly expenditure that I have to give. I'm not multiplying it completely because there is one more operation that I need to do. Now tell me this: if the price of petrol has shot up by 5% and I'm moving the same amount of time, I'm using the same amount of the same mileage I'm getting, and I'm traveling the same distance. same mileage, same distance, and the 5% hike is in the petrol. So I can very easily assume that if that my monthly expenditure would also increase by 5%, my monthly expenditure would also increase by 5%. This is my strongest assumption. And this strongest assumption is the clear result because had there been a 5% increase in traveling, had there been a 5% increase in the total miles, my answer would have been the same. Now there is a 5% increase in the cost of petrol. So my total expenditure would give out the result in a very similar fashion. In my third step, what I have to do is I have to multiply 203 with 85, 82, and give it a 5% increase. If I'm supposed to give something a 5% increase, I have to multiply it by 105. But here, we just have to tell how much money has increased. It is not asking me what is the new final expenditure. That is why only 5% multiplication would do the trick for me. Okay. Now I'll help you solve it in a very quick manner. 203 multiplied by 82 multiplied by 5. I will first, and there is a component of 100 which is dividing it. Okay. So I'll quickly solve the big numbers first. 203 multiplied by 82. Okay. 2 3 is a 6, 2 0 is a 0, 2 2 is a 4, multiplied by 8 3 is a 24, and 8 2 is a 16. Okay. 4 6 6 1. Okay. 16646. Now 16646 multiplied by 5 divided by 100. Okay. Here I can again apply the trick multiplied by 2 and divide by 2. This is how I reduce my overhead. 5 twos are 10, 1 0 gone. Now divided by 2. 2 eights are 16, 2 threes are 6, 2 twos are 4, 2 threes are 6. 832.3. 832.3 is my final correct answer. So 832 is the answer. Now leaving my pen behind and leaving the pen down, I'll explain the question to you one more time. He is traveling every month from one place to the other. The total number of miles or the total distance that he travels is 3045. 3045, 3045. The mileage that his car gives is 15 kilometers per liter. It means if I fill up my car or I fill up his car with only 1 liter of petrol, the car would move 15 kilometers ahead only. But in reality, he has to move 3045 liters, 3045 kilometers ahead. So he would need the petrol, which is 203 liters, which we've come down in the first part. In the second part, there is 203 multiplied by 82. The 203 is multiplied by 82 because I need to know what is the total cost. I'll just write what is the total expenditure. What is the total expenditure? Here, this is my fuel requirement. Fuel. This is my fuel requirement. This is the total expenditure. Now there is a 5% increase here. Okay, so I've used the factor of 5% over here, and this is where I have done the calculations. And the only long calculation that you do is this one, and it is okay. You would get sufficient time to solve this long calculation. Okay, so thank you so much. We're done with concept 5. We'll be moving to a higher concept now. Thank you.